Have you ever experienced a roommate that you had to call the cops on to get them out? I did. For many years, I've been taking care of my aunt. And at one time, she lived by herself. And I decided to say, well, as a bus driver, I'm going to get her a roommate. This roommate was crazy. She was recommended by her church. And I thought that, okay, she's a church person. My aunt is a church person. Maybe they'll be able to get along. I should have done a full background check on this crazy lady. From the first night, it was wild. She came in and she went down, used the bathroom, turned on the water, had the water on full blast, and she's in the kitchen. My uncle comes down like, who's in the bathroom? Nobody. She has the water on. My uncle tells her, you can't be just having the water on like that and just having the full blast, you're not in the bathroom. Don't tell me what to do. My uncle told me that she went berserk. It's like, this is crazy. She goes in the bathroom. After having the water running for 10 minutes, she goes and proceeds to go into the bathroom. Not in the shower now, because you can hear, at the time they had a glass door, you can hear the glass door open and everything. She didn't step in the shower. She waited an additional 10 minutes, water full blast, to go into the shower. Then she spent 30 minutes in the shower. Now, I'm like, wait a minute. All this my uncle was saying, I said, nah, this can't be true. So I had to go over there myself, and I experienced it. So I told her, I said, listen, you just a roommate. Like, what are you doing? You're not paying the water bill, the gas bill, the light bill. What are you doing? Don't bother me. Don't bother me. God will strike you down. I said, what are you talking about? Why would God strike me down? I'm like, I believe in God, but what did I do? She was berserk. Then she would turn on all the lights and leave them on. Not in the room, just leave them on. And start singing loud. And I said to myself, nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. So I told her, I said, listen, you got to calm down on that singing. There's other people living in the house, all right? What's wrong with you? She didn't want to hear it. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. God is my savior. He's going to protect me. I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm not harming you. I'm just telling you that this is what you cannot do in this house. What's wrong with you? She went on and on for about 2 more days. Got tired of it. I said, listen, you know what? Where's her rent receipt? She was paying weekly, but she paid 2 weeks. So she paid for a week and then a week deposit. I said, listen, you guys to go. I'm going to give you back your money. You guys go. Because at the time, not only was I taking care of my aunt, but I was also taking care of her finances. I told her, you guys to go. I'm not leaving nowhere. I'm not leaving. I said, okay, no problem. I called the cops. At the time, it was me, my uncle, my younger uncle, my older uncle at the time when he used to come back and forth from Jamaica. My aunt is just chilling because she had dementia. She didn't know what in the world was going on. Cops come, say, is there a domestic dispute? I said, oh, no. It's not a domestic dispute. It's not a landlord-tenant dispute. It is a roommate dispute. It's a big difference, guys. Gotta understand that. It's a big difference, especially when they're not on the lease. A very, very big difference. So I told our officer, I said, listen, I'm a little berserk and stuff like that. We told her that, hey, look, I know that you rented this room out for us on a weekly basis. We're willing to give you back your rent, or you can stay for up to this week and you leave. So cops calmed her down and everything. So she decided to leave at the end of the week. That was a Wednesday. She moved in on a Sunday, if I believe. By Wednesday, we wanted her ass out of here. She was crazy. So she goes and going around the house and stuff like that, because it was a lower apartment. You had in New York City, you got brownstones and probably other places where you have the garden apartment or the garden floor, and then you have the first floor and stuff like that. So my aunt was on the first floor and the garden floor, and her room was near the second exit. Oh, for the next 2 days, that Thursday and Friday before she left, she was like just going crazy, still turning on the water, still leaving the water running, all that stuff. The water bill from that week that she was there at the house, the water bill jumped up like $70, which is unusual because maybe for a week, that household, when my aunt was living there and I would go and I would bathe her and cook for her and all that stuff, and other people living in the house, it would probably be $30, $40 for the week. Maybe. I wouldn't even say that much, okay? But what really got me was that she didn't just move off the block that we were living on. She moved directly across the street. Now, I didn't know the owner of the house at that time. I didn't know him, but I tried looking for the owner and stuff like that and trying to warn him. But as soon as she moved across the street, you think that singing stopped? You think that craziness stopped? No, she went even more berserk. She was outside, singing outside, walking up and down the street. I'm like, yo, what is with this crazy person? But I was just so happy that she was out of my aunt's house. I just said, not my monkey, not my circus. So I wanted to tell you this story to let you guys know you got to be very, very careful who you allow to live into your house. Don't be quick to be like, oh man, I need a roommate, this, that, and the third. No, if you can't handle that rent by yourself, maybe it's best that you go back living at home with mommy and daddy. Because it's crazy out here. You will get some crazy lunatic people who will be able to keep their lunacy under wraps just until they get into your place. And oh my goodness, thank God she was so crazy that it was under 30 days, because in New York City, once a person lives in your house for over 30 days and they get mail coming to your house, they get squatter rights. So I would have had to go to court to get them out of here. So you got to be very, very careful. That depends on what part of the country that you live in. I'm talking about New York because I live in New York. But let me tell you something. You guys have to be very careful wherever you live to make sure that you do not have people in your house like that. Don't let them in it. And mind you, this was just a stranger. Family too can be crazy. You know how they are. You know how they are with certain functions. You go to barbecues and you see them crazy and they're like, nah, I can't have her or him and them crumb snatchers that they have in my crib, because they would tear it up. And you think they give a damn? Nope. You think they'll pay rent? Nope. And then they will want to fight you because you want to kick them out. Nah, you got to do what you got to do and make sure that you make your moves so that you'll be good, so that you have your peace, your tranquility, and you'll be able to just say, hey, this is my humbly abode, and I'm doing things my way.